If your Tinkercad STL export is failing, freezing, or just not downloading properly, don't worry. In this video, I'll walk you through the most reliable fixes step by step, so you can get your model exported without the headache. This is especially useful if you've got a design that looks fine on screen but refuses to generate an STL file, gets stuck processing, or seems like the export button simply does nothing. If this tutorial helps, make sure to hit like and subscribe for more quick software fixes and design tutorials. All right, let's jump in. First, we're going to check the grouping and geometry in your design. One of the most common reasons Tinkercad has trouble exporting STL files is because the model has a messy structure, overlapping objects, or a shape that hasn't been properly refreshed. Start by selecting your entire model, then click Ungroup. After that, click Group again. This simple refresh can help Tinkercad rebuild the 3D data more cleanly and often clears up export issues right away. While you're here, zoom out and look around the workspace carefully. Sometimes there are tiny stray shapes, phantom objects, or accidental pieces hidden far away from the main model. Even if you can't easily see them at first, those microscopic extras can confuse the export engine and make it hang while it tries to calculate the final mesh. If you find anything out of place, delete it. Also keep in mind that complex holes, intersecting parts, or shapes overlapping in unusual ways can slow the export process down a lot. Next, let's manage the file complexity. If your design has a huge number of separate shapes, Tinkercad may struggle to stitch everything together into one downloadable STL. A good workaround is to reduce the shape count by grouping your model in smaller sections first. Instead of trying to export one massive, complicated design all at once, break it into cleaner chunks and see if the export works better. This is even more important if you imported a high-poly STL into Tinkercad earlier. Imported files can sometimes be too heavy for the export engine to process smoothly. Tinkercad has limits on how much geometric data it can combine into a single export, so if your design is especially detailed, simplifying it before export can make a big difference. Now let's move on to browser and cache fixes, because sometimes the issue isn't the design at all, it's the browser. If you're using Chrome or Edge, go into your browser settings and make sure hardware acceleration is turned on. This helps the browser handle graphics tasks more efficiently, which can improve the export process. If that doesn't work, try exporting in an Incognito or private window. This is a really useful test because it disables many extensions by default. Ad blockers, privacy tools, or security extensions can sometimes interfere with the browser-to-server connection that Tinkercad needs to trigger the STL download. If the export works in incognito mode, you've probably found the problem. At this point, if you're still stuck, try the Duplicate Workaround. Go back to your Tinkercad dashboard, find your project, click the gear icon, and choose Duplicate. Then open the new copy of the project and try exporting the STL from there. This often works because duplicating the design creates a fresh version of the project data on Autodesk servers, which can clear up corruption or weird export glitches that were affecting the original file. So to recap, if Tinkercad is giving you an STL export error, start by regrouping your model, checking for hidden straight objects, and simplifying overly complex geometry. Then try browser fixes like enabling hardware acceleration or using incognito mode. And if all else fails, duplicate the design and export the copy. In many cases, one of these steps will solve the issue and get your STL file downloaded successfully. If this video helped you fix your Tinkercad export problem, please hit the like button and subscribe for more simple tutorials like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.